issue set to continue for the foreseeable future, it might be hard to get toys like these. But if you really want that special gift for your kid, don't give up. And Thread Affairs hosts over 30 vendors, all selling all kinds of different fits. Fits like this one right here. You think I could rock this? CBD and other cannabis products have always occupied a weird legal space, making more hoops to jump through for dispensaries like Crowntown Cannabis. But if the State Reform Act does come to pass in the future, it's going to be a cause for celebration. All right. Have a great day. Thank you. While today boiled peanuts are considered a Southern delicacy, the caviar of the South, it actually originated a lot more southern than here. It's the most wonderful time of the year for kids, holiday toy shopping. But your favorite toy could be a little hard to come by.
There are still a lot of toys that I did order in January that are still not here.
Ava Allen, owner of Beep Beep Toy Shop and longtime toy fan,
I was 3 years old. I announced I was going to own a toy store one day.
Is facing a problem that many other businesses are facing. Supply chain issues that are leaving shipping containers stuck, and Ava looking for new ways to get goods and keep customers.
Me also to shop more European markets. I have made the choice not to do what we call Keystone. I don't mark up full price. With these issues set to continue for the foreseeable future, it might be hard to get toys like these. But if you really want that special gift for your kid, don't give up. And I do encourage customers to look for that product that the child actually wants. Even if we don't have it, I try to send them to where I think they can get it. Because I think that's important, that you fulfill those children's needs. Because isn't it worth it for the little ones? With Carolina News, I'm Jaylon Thomas. Thanks, Bryce. Today I'm here at the South Carolina Enforcement Monument, where hundreds of officers' names were etched into stone to honor those that has fallen. Earlier today, dozens more of officer names were read aloud to honor those that have fallen and to let families know that they are not alone.
Lexington County Sheriff's Department.
A bell tolls as each department is named, officers standing through the names of their fallen comrades from their department.
Chief James C. Busby, Sr., retired.
Family remembering their loved ones.
So it was my Greg. Yes, I knew he was a hero, but he was my husband.
The South Carolina Law Enforcement Officers Association hosted their annual memorial to honor active and retired officers that has passed and those that died in the line of duty in 2019 and 2020. It was steeped in tradition, filled with respect.
No greater burden or greater honor than to bear the loss of a fellow law enforcement brother or sister.
And grief.
The loss of him is just indescribable.
Cassie Alia Ray, widow of Officer Greg Alia, who was shot in the line of duty, turned her loss into a chance to help others, creating Serve and Connect and find new family.
Truly part of my family over these past 6 years since we lost Greg, and
something she hopes families attending today takes away from today's service.
It's about today, but it's about the days and weeks and months and years to come, that you have a family wrapping their arms around you and they genuinely care and they love you and we're here for you. Thank you so much.
That's something we certainly won't be doing anytime soon for those that have fallen. Live from the South Carolina Monument, I'm Jaylon Thomas with Carolina News. U.S. Representative Nancy Mace recently introduced a new marijuana legalization bill called the State Reform Act, joining a sizable list of others. And supporters are hopeful that this could be the one, but has been disappointed before.
Working here, I have seen a lot of different come closes, like we've gotten up the ladder a good amount of times and then shot back down, so.
River and the rest of Crowntown Cannabis would love for Mace's bill to become law, not only for the opportunity to sell more product, but for the chance to be treated equally to other businesses.
I know that we do deal with a lot of struggles in this company just being in this industry because we try to do things the right way.
Struggles like being a cash-only business, making it harder to pay taxes and more likely to attract crime, and not being able to write off business expenses. But that would change if the State Reform Act does become law. Along with descheduling weed as a Class 1 drug, it would make new tax categories allowing write-offs. CBD and other cannabis products have always occupied a weird legal space, making more hoops to jump through for dispensaries like Crown Town Cannabis. But if the State Reform Act does happen to pass sometime in the future, it's going to be a cause for celebration.
That would be a day for the books. Like, we would probably throw a party, and it would be really nice.
Party for them and those that enjoy the green. For Carolina News, I'm Jaylon Thomas.
More than this, that we all came up in poverty. Some of us don't have that experience. Some of it's about dignity. It's about the wealth of things we contribute to the world. And this kind of goes back to why the show at the museum is called 30 Americans and not 30 Black Americans.
Here at the Columbia Museum of Art, the 30 Americans exhibit celebrates different types of Black experiences through art from around the nation, from the abstract to dark, avant-garde, to performance pieces. But Black artists here in Columbia has already been utilizing their art to express their own experiences.
If I had to do it in one word, it would be a word that relates to jubilation.
That's Keith Tolan, retired art teacher, mural maker, and self-proclaimed optimist. He wishes to use shapes and lines to capture people's times and convey some of his own jubilation.
The artist attempts to capture a moment. See that image. Let's say you walk past that image. That artist's goal is to stop you. And as an artist, I like to think that my work in general speaks in an encouraging tone.
Keith spent weeks crafting this piece right here to steal some moments and to bring the Waverly community together. Something that's a common theme among these Colombian artists, to be a positive change in your community.
Growing up, I didn't see a lot of images of people of color that were illustrated or drawn. I would tend to see work of Caucasian people, and so I love featuring and rendering images of people of color. And so what I'm trying to convey through my work is that we are a part of the mainstream.
And while representation can soothe and inspire those who look like Maya, it's also important to represent those that didn't go through, quote, end quote, typical Black experience.
Seen the other side of it. I've been a part of stuff. People looked at me when I had dreads. I'm like, ooh, let me see your work. And it's like waterfalls. And they look looking like, to me, it's important that we have a diverse range because you don't want to get pigeonholed.
Him, Maya, Keith, and so many other Black Americans all wish to give their stories, their experiences. With Carolina News, I'm Jaylon Thomas. From one USC legend to USC Hall of Famers, many USC sports greats like Connor Shaw, John Abraham, and Ron Willis came together to celebrate USC athletics history, induct athletes into the Hall of Fame, and reminisce on their time at USC.
That's probably one of the biggest achievements of my life personally, because this is where I started my career. Playing at Lamar for 1 year, this is where I really learned football.
The Hall of Fame ceremony was part of the week-long homecoming festivities at USC. Welcome back to, Welcome back to Carolina News. Time for sports. Dun, 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 dun. Superman Cam Newton has returned to the Panthers Sunday, and he returned with a bang. His very first play, 2nd and goal, and he bounces out to the outside and trucks his way for a score. And he then let the hostile crowd hear it. Very next drive, he rolls to the right and tosses it in for a touchdown to Robbie Anderson for a 14-0 lead. It wasn't all just Newton, though. Here's Chuba Hubbard running it in for a 5-yard touchdown. And here's Arizona quarterback Colt McCoy making a beautiful pass not to his team, Panthers would go on to blow out the Cardinals 34-10 in Newton's return, and he believes it's only going to get better as he makes more connections.
My dog, he know of me. He don't really know me yet. It's gonna take a couple more cigars, couple more dinners. You know what I'm saying? I paid last night. Next one gonna be on him. You feel me?
The Panthers improved to 5-5 for the season, while the Cardinals fell 8-2.